Hello and welcome back to Comic Relief. This time I'm looking at the first of the 3 Friends Forever omnibuses. Issue 1 didn't start off on the greatest note and was pretty cliché overall. I did enjoy it, but found it below average, though I did like that the antagonist had an interrobang mark, because I like knowing that other people know what an interrobang is. It seems like Discord makes pretty much anything better by proxy if he's in it, or at least so far it seems that way. The story ended up being really heartfelt, fun, and the references were hilarious. I remember especially laughing when I saw Sweetie Belle as a robot for kind of obvious reasons. Issue 3 was subpar. I'm not really a fan of Celestia's attitude or portrayal in this one, and I never really enjoyed myself while reading it, for various reasons. Shining Armor is a massive dork, and his dorkiness with Twilight is the main focus in issue number 4. I enjoyed every minute of it, and it was definitely worth my time. Also, Mario and Luigi ponies. Issue 5 was very nearly an amazingly perfect product, but the story was disjointed somehow. I can't really explain it, except that it just felt off. Also, Discord's face is gonna give me nightmares because of how it was drawn. Issue 6 was a good story with a hilarious side character who is way smarter than he has any right to be. Trixie being tricked into being the queen of a country is a hilarious idea, though I wish it was taken a bit further. In issue 7, Twilight is a bad librarian, Luna has reverted to Season 2 Luna, and the conflict is something that I just find really boring. Also, there's Lyricorn for some reason. I don't know how you mess up a drawing. I can understand animation, but you drew that. Also, the joke where Pinky uses the royal voice was actually funny. That's probably the best part of the entire issue. In issue 8, it's joke after joke after joke, and not all of them quite land, but I enjoyed a majority of them. Especially love that the entire quest that they go on turns out to have been pointless at the end, all because Granny Smith misread east as west. I also absolutely adore that they spend an entire page at Winnieland, which is very obviously Disneyland, and everything about that page is wonderful. I understand the occasional cameo, but the background cameos in issue 9 is literally every background character that has ever been in the show, and most of them are not likely to be at this Apple convention, while also not interacting with Applejack. Literally all of Ponyville and Canterlot are present, along with any miscellaneous characters who ever got a single line in the show, as well as any characters who got a single line in the comics. Even the 2 goblin things from that one horrid issue of the microseries are present. Feels less like a comic and more like the artist took some kind of stupid dare to put as many characters in as possible. The actual conflict I found a bit weak, but the resolution was actually really nice, and Granny's short speech at the end was kind of heartwarming. So, a little worth it, yeah. In issue 10, when Iron Will comes to Fluttershy to bring out his inner pony, that honestly sounds like a really good episode of the show, and is better than him continuing to be a sleazy businessman, because we already have that with the Flim Flam brothers. I admit, though, I enjoyed the episode of the show where he returns a bit more than this issue, but that was more due to some of the things that happened toward the end that really got me in that episode. Also, 10 points for an accurate portrayal of Angel Bunny. I'm not a huge fan of the art style in issue 11. It's been in the comics a couple times, not a huge fan of it. And it is kind of a cute style, but I do find Spitfire being awful with kids to be an adorable character trait. It's so good. I'm just really sad that that kind of thing was never explored or even implied in the show. Final issue, issue 12. Whew, the omnibus ended on a great note. The entire issue is just one massive series of jokes, and every single one landed for me with the force of 1,000 nuclear bombs, all while the artwork worked above and beyond to make me laugh. I laughed so often and so hard during this issue that, counting my laughing fits, it took me almost an hour to actually read the whole thing. Absolute perfection. And that's the first Friends Forever omnibus. Have opinions? Leave them in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and support me on Patreon and Ko-fi, which you can find linked below. You can also find this video's outro down there. See ya!